On this question, we want to give the average rate of change for f of x equals the square root of 625 minus 24x between x equals 0 and x equals 24. We want to write our answer as a reduced fraction, and we have a blank for us to type our average rate of change. So the average rate of change is very similar to slope. We use this formula f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So that's what we'll use to calculate our average rate of change, where a is 0, b is 24. We'll need to calculate f of 0 and f of 24. We'll calculate f of b, which is f of 24. That'll be the square root of 625 minus 24 times 24. And we get the square root of 625. 24 times 24 is 576. And 625 minus 576 is 49. So we have the square root of 49, which is 7. We need to calculate f of a. That's f of 0. Square root of 625 minus 24 times 0. That's going to be the square root of 625. And the square root of 625 is 25. So now when we use our formula for calculating average rate of change, f of b minus f of a over b minus a, that's f of 24 minus f of 0 over 24 minus 0. We found f of 24 to be 7, f of 0 to be 25, and 24 minus 0 is 24. So this gives 7 minus 25 being negative 18 over 24. We'll reduce that. We can see that they're both divisible by 2. 2 goes into 18 9 times, 2 goes into 24 12 times. And they're both divisible by 3, so 3 goes into 9 3 times, 3 goes into 12 4 times. So we get that the average rate of change from 0 to 24 is negative 3/4. Here we have another question involving average rate of change. We're given the function f of x equals 1 over x plus 4. We want to find the average rate of change of f of x on the interval from 10 to 10 plus h. Because our interval involves a variable h, our answer will involve that variable h. So we want to calculate the average rate of change, and the average rate of change has a formula very similar to slope. The f of b minus f of a over b minus a. We'll use 10 as a and 10 plus h as b. So when we're calculating f of b minus f of a over b minus a, we'll need to substitute in the value of a and b. That'll give f of b, f of 10 plus h minus f of 10 over 10 plus h minus 10. You can do a little simplifying in the denominator. 10 minus 10 cancels and we have just an h. In the numerator, I need to evaluate f of 10 plus h. So that's substituting 10 plus h into our function. So that's going to give 1 over 10 plus h plus 4. And we'll do the same thing for f of 10. We're going to substitute 10 into our function. So we have minus 1 over 10 plus 4. We'll simplify this to 1 over h plus 14 minus 1 over 14 over h. I don't want to leave this in the current format. This is called a complex fraction when you have a fraction inside of a fraction. So I'll use some techniques for simplifying this. I'll use a technique called clearing fractions. I'm going to multiply by a large fraction, and that large fraction will consist of the common denominator between these two smaller fractions. So that will be 14 times h plus 14. Same thing in the denominator, 14 times h plus 14. Okay, by multiplying by this common denominator, it's going to cancel the small fractions out and make this a little bit simpler to work with. I'm going to distribute this to both terms. So when I distribute to the first term, I'll have 14 times x plus 14 over h plus 14 minus 14 times h plus 14 over 14 all over 14h times h plus 14. Now we'll see our smaller fractions canceling out. We have a common factor of h plus 14, and we have a common factor of 14. So this will leave 14 minus h plus 14 in the numerator. The denominator, we have 14h times h plus 14. We'll distribute that negative to get 14 minus h minus 14 over 14h times h plus 14. In the numerator, the positive 14 and the negative 14 cancel, leaving us with a negative h over 14h times h plus 14. Now we can reduce this fraction, canceling out the h's, and we have negative 1 over 14 times h plus 14. So this is our average rate of change from 10 to 10 plus h. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.